plain flour? Do you get strong flour? Do you get ancient grain? There is so much choice. Hi everyone, welcome to Joys It Flies. I'm Teresa if you're new here, and I deal with the cooking side of things on this channel. I am not in my kitchen today. You can see I'm actually in Cassidy's craft shed, and we've got some work going on in the house and it's a bit quieter out here. As you'll have guessed from the title of the video, today we're talking about flour and the different types of flour that you can get, because there is so much choice, and that's fabulous, but it can become a bit confusing, whether you are new to baking or even if you've been baking for a while. You know, there is spelt, there's einkorn, there's gluten-free, there's plain, strong, French, Italian. There's so much, and I thought it would be good just to have a really quick, I will try not to ramble on for too long. This will be just a quick video running through what some of the different options are, what some of the differences are, and anything else that springs to mind. I first of all thought about this video because I had been doing a bit of a deep dive into different flour. In the UK, we have, I think the law is about to change or it's just changed, but all flour, unless it's wholemeal flour, will be fortified or is being fortified. So that means that all flour products, even everything that you buy that is made with flour, is fortified with folic acid. And for lots and lots and lots of people, that's not a problem. But for some people, we are concerned about that, because it might be for health reasons that you can't have folic acid, that your body doesn't deal with it, or it might be that you don't want a synthetic additive in your food. Might be numerous reasons why some people are not thrilled about this. So whereas before I used to be able to go and just buy, if I run low of flour, I could buy it from the supermarket, I can't do that anymore. I am now buying all my flour from a smaller mill, because small mills do not have to have the added folic acid to the flour. And the reason is because the flour already contains enough nutrients that is taken out of mass-produced flour. Most flour that you buy is roller milled, and that means that they use steel rollers to separate the endosperm from the bran and the germ. You get a whiter, a finer flour, and we don't bleach flour in the UK, but you do get a lovely white flour, which is fantastic. The downside of that is the best parts of the flour, which is the germ and the bran, has been completely removed. Stone ground flour, they grind the grain using big stones, and that keeps more of the bran and the germ in the flour. You will notice that it is, if you get stone ground flour, it will never be perfectly white flour, because you're going to have more of the little brown flecks in that, but it does taste phenomenal. I have to say, I have been using it now for a few months and I am really enjoying it. It takes a little while to get used to, because it does react slightly differently to the flour that I've been using previously, which is the roller milled flour. Because of the added bran and the germ, the gluten structure maybe is a little bit slower to develop, so it needs a little bit more kneading and things like that. But once you get the hang of that, it's fantastic. The main different flours there are, when you go to the supermarket and look on the shelves or anywhere, you will find plain flour or all-purpose flour, and this is just the flour that you would mainly use. Everything you know, you could use for everything. If you don't have any of the other flours apart from gluten-free, you can always use plain flour. You can then get strong or bread flour, and this has more protein in it, and it builds a better gluten structure and will give you a crispier outside to your bread. But if you don't have strong flour, it doesn't matter, you can use plain flour just as well. You can get cake or sponge flour, and this is just a little bit lighter, and but I never have this in the house. I will just always make my own if a recipe calls for sponge flour, and I will leave how I do that in the description. It's really simple. There's also self-raising flour. Again, it's not something I tend to keep in the house a lot, and it is annoying because I love old recipes, and a lot of old British recipes do call for self-raising flour. But again, I just use plain flour and I will make it myself. Self-raising flour has just got the raisin agents added to it. That's really it. Get wholemeal flour, which is literally what it says. It's brown, or you might know it's brown flour, because it's got the grain, more of the grain in it. And then you have Italian flour, or 00 flour, I think it's called. And that's made for, it's a finer, lighter flour used for pasta and pizzas. Just what I think about it, wholemeal flour doesn't need to be fortified if that's something that you're interested in. There's also gluten-free flours, and it's not something I use much of. When I did the keto diet briefly, I used a lot of almond flour. But there is also gram flour, which is made with chickpeas. I do use that actually quite a lot, but I'm not sure about other gluten-free flours. You can get ancient grain flours. So this is something that's become a lot trendier over the recent years, and they are now more readily available, which sounds crazy, doesn't it? An ancient grain becoming trendy, but you can buy them now a lot more readily, or they're a lot more readily available than they used to be in the supermarkets. So that's einkorn or spelt, a couple that come to mind, and they are literally that ancient grains that have not been developed and messed around with in the way that the modern grain has. The modern grain, I remember reading an article about how the modern grain had been changed so much so that it went through the milling process easier, because the ancient grains are so much harder. However, they are supposed to also be, the ancient grains are supposed to be a lot easier for us to digest. I've also found this with the stone ground flour. I found that it is more digestible. If you're someone that isn't intolerant, obviously, to gluten, but if you're someone who maybe finds that supermarket flours, don't always sit right with you, it might be worth looking at ancient grains or the stone ground flour. In the same way that I think the sourdough is more easily digestible. I think that's it. If I have missed any, which I'm sure I have, please put down any information you have or anything you'd like to add in the comments. And if there's any questions you have, please pop those in the comments as well. I would love to build a bit of a community of people who love cooking because they love cooking for their families, and they just like good food, and like baking, and it makes them happy. So if you have any suggestions of other videos that you'd like to see, or any recipes or discussion or chats about anything, please let me know. And thank you for watching. Thank you if you've made it this far, and I hope to see you again soon. Have a great week. Bye.